Welcome back to UAL4 Race 19 here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps over in Belgium. Qualifying currently underway. It's a big track, so you gotta get out there early to be able to set a lap. Missing Sock currently in front of everyone right now. We got Gus Furring right behind him, one of your championship contenders, 5th in the championship. And then there's Tetsu, who moved up into 3rd in the championship after last week at Lime Rock. The season is starting to look pretty good for the 9. There's 7 races left to prove that he can be the one to win this championship. .42 gonna be starting the lap soon. At the end of the lap is a turn that can very much define how your lap goes. It is a tight chicane just at the end. And that can definitely affect your lap. And a lot of laps can be decided there, but it's also a pretty good passing opportunity. A lot of things can go right there, a lot of things can also go wrong there. So the 42 missing Sock now on the qualifying lap. The 83 of Gus Furring almost gets stuck behind the 14 of the Sun. As we go up Eau Rouge. In these cars it is flat out, but boy are you hanging on for dear life. Just hoping the car doesn't get loose, or if the car behind you doesn't try to pass you. Currently, Gus Furring slower than Missing Sock. Tetsu. Fastest out of the 3 currently displayed on our screen. But he is going to get slowed down by the 14. So Tetsu may be forced to abandon this lap and wait all the way around again for the next opportunity. The 83 of Gus Furring now looking to be a little bit faster than the 42. Missing Sock currently on the back half of the circuit, about to go around these medium speed corners, and then it's flat out until the chicane. But even though it's flat out, you definitely not want to go side by side with someone for some of these turns, as it is pretty windy and it's very easy to make the smallest amount of contact, but that is enough to send you into the wall. So Missing Sock coming through the chicane. Just faster than Gus Furring in that 4th sector. Gus Furring comes around and will just beat it by 2 tenths. We saw Tetsu had pinks earlier, but got slowed down by lap traffic. Will be in 3rd place as of now. The 18 of Diogo Sebastio is currently on a good lap. Got some wide open road ahead of him. But I don't know if he had to battle with the car behind, which would be the 15 of Eliza Doe. 18 no longer has a pink currently on his side as he goes through the chicane. This is actually the longest track on the schedule. So, coming around, will it be pole? It doesn't look like it will be. It's only going to be good enough for 5th place. Not a lot of pinks currently out there on the track. We see the 84 of Chad Broski coming across out of pink right at the end. Still about 2/10 off the 83 of Gus Fring's time. The 07 just coming off 3rd win of the season. However, Phil Slow, I saw earlier in the lap, had gone off. So I don't know if his lap's going to count. It's going to look like it does not count. Oh, it actually will. Goes 12 for now. The 45 of Jacques Crescent had a pink at the end. As the 50 of John Panini has a pink, so does the 42 of Missing Sock right back in the back. The 50 of John Panini will only go 17th actually. Missing Sock will move up to 2nd. Tetsu has a pink. Where's this going to put the 9? It does not look like it's going to be pole. It's going to be a small improvement up to 9th place. Time running out in qualifying. We see Spring Roll has not set a lap yet. So where's the 2 going to go? Going to get there just before time runs out and goes 1st place by 7/10 with a 2:26.3. The time runs out just before the 60 of Saul Goodman gets to the line. This is it. Does not improve past 6th place. Saul Goodman, first car done. All cars have set a lap so far. Chad Broski's near the end, but isn't tracking too great for a particularly amazing lap. Here comes the 18 of Diogo Sebastio, followed by the 15 of Eliza Doe. Sebastio moves up to 8th. Eliza Doe will not improve. That'll be it for them in this qualifying. The 99 of Beijing Beef has a pink, but 2 yellows, and just got passed by the 69, who seems to be going faster, but them going side by side is definitely going to slow each of them down. As Rogero Espinel goes 6th, the father doesn't improve, does have a better lap. Phil Slow moves up to 4th. Been pretty good at qualifying this season. John Panini has a pink, but is getting slowed down by the 77 of Spencer Alfredo. So where's Panini gonna go? It's a dash to the line. It's not pole. It'll only be an improvement to 14th. Spencer Alfredo goes 16th. Gus Fring doesn't look like he has it. The spring roll currently finishing up his final lap. It looks like he will be on pole for this race unless one of these drivers can pop a better one. Susses Amogus hasn't done too well. Wine Silly Man actually goes up to 2nd, but 7/10 off 1st place. Susses Amogus goes 15th, and that is it from qualifying. So now let's take a look at your starting grid. So Spring Roll up by 7/10 in qualifying over Wine Silly Man, who got his fastest lap just at the end. Row 2, Gus Fring and Missing Sock. Row 3, Phil Slow and Chad Broski. Row 4 is your championship leader, Chris. over a second off spring roll. Not really what you'd want to happen, as spring roll is second in the championship. Rogero Espinhel will be starting in 8th, row 5. Saul Goodman and Bafava, a pretty good qualifying attempt there. Row 6, Diogo Sebastião and OxyClean. Then we go back to row 7 is Beijing Beef and Tetsu Tetsu. That is 4th and 3rd in the championship, respectively. And then row 8, Sussa Mogus and John Panini. Row 9, Spencer Alfredo and Eliza Doe. Row 10 is Karishima and Jacques Croissant. Row 11, David Bialois and Max Cold. And then row 12 is the Sun and May Borowski. And then rounding out the field, Mahavir Raghunathan going to be lining up behind their teammate. Let's take a look at your race info. 4.31 miles. It is the longest track on the schedule. 72 degrees. It's pretty nice out. Completely clear skies. And then we've only had one race here before. That was won by Icy Cow. Their one and only win in this series. Last year, it was a very chaotic race. There was a lot of wrecks. It was only 11 drivers, but only really one completely finished in one piece. Let's take a look at your championship standings. So Chris up by about 22 points over Spring Roll, but the championship it's still pretty tight as of now. I think where they would stand, Spring Roll would be just behind. I think. Actually, no, he may be ahead by about 2 points as of now. Tetsu Tetsu leapfrogged Beijing Beef. Gus Fring and Phil Slow are now 5th and 6th. Wine Silly Man 7th. Eliza Doe 8th. Saul Goodman 9th. Chad Broski 10th. Karishima 11th. Amogus 12th. 13th Max Cold. 14th Diogo Sebastião. 15th John Panini. 16th Spencer Alfredo. 17th OxyClean. 18th The Father. And then we move back. 19th May Borowski moves past David Bialois, and it's missing Sock in 21st and Jacques Croissant in 22nd. And then Espinhel, the Sun, and Raghunathan round out the field. Team championship, 37 points to the good for Vasily Snorters. Chris currently just doing a good job, doing exactly what they need to do to keep their team in first. Flat Earthers, Los Polos Hermanos, they swap places. BFL Racing, the Magenta Saucies, Team RAS, Team YouTube and the Graveyard switch places. La Vitesse, the Laundry Boys, Ruidam Sebastião Racing Foot, the Italian Mob, and then Raghunathan Racing. And that is your team standings there. So about 50 seconds until we go green. It's not going to be too long of a pace lap. Prediction before the race, I think the winner is your pole sitter, Spring Roll. If he starts out front, he typically does pretty well. So I just don't think he's going to be beat today. Cars roll off as we get ready to go green. Spring Roll going to be starting on the inside. The AI not the greatest at turn 1 here in Spa. So we could be seeing a chaotic start. Wine Silly Man just wants to get first win of the season. And then Missing Sock kind of looking for some redemption. Gus Fring wanting to get more involved in the championship. Also probably wants to put his team back into third place. So here we go through the chicane. Pace car pulls off. And here we go here at Spa. Great jump for Spring Roll. And the whole inside line. As now we charge into turn 1. And Gus Fring will get by Wine Silly Man. As now he's going to have to try to hold on. As Missing Sock going to try to battle him. Gus Fring at the back of Spring Roll. And look at the 46 of Wine Silly Man getting a great draft, and he may go in the middle. As look at Chad Broski fighting for what was third, but now he's just trying to keep fourth, up 2 spots since the start. Wine Silly Man a good move around the outside, as now he's trying to go after the leader, Spring Roll. And you see in the back, the 84 of Chad Broski is battling Gus Fring once again, not content with 4th place. But here comes Missing Sock, trying to look to the inside. Can't get it done. As Wine Silly Man continues to chase the 2. All over the back of them now. He may try to do the overtake once they get to the chicane. Here goes Wine Silly Man. Is he gonna be aggressive enough? He's gonna look for the outside, but the pass isn't there. He's gonna need to hold on to turn 1. So he's gotta get a good run out of the chicane. Chad Broski did get by Gus Fring. Most of the field all together. But now Wine Silly Man's being chased down by Chad Broski. Here we go through Eau Rouge. Here we go, Chad Broski looking to the inside, Wine Silly Man looking to go around the outside. Chad Broski's there on the inside. But Wine Silly Man just holds on. As now the 0 of Chris tried getting by Gus Fring, but now Gus Fring trying to go by Chad Broski. Most of the field all together, only one car really off the back, and that is the 17 of Mahavir Raghunathan. It's just one big cluster of cars. Missing Sock back 5 spots since the start. Hasn't done too well today. Everyone stays in line except Phil Slow. Tried going around Chris but gets forced off. 5-0. And now way off the track, it drops all the way down to 24th. One wrong move. He tried to go around Chris, it did not work out well for him. And now he has a lot of work to do. Wine Silly Man on the inside. Chad Broski looking around the outside, and Chad Broski will easily get by. And now Wine Silly Man trying to hold on to third place. But the 83 gonna try to go around the outside. And it'll work. Wine Silly Man shuffled back to fourth. So now, Spring Roll up to about a 1.5 second lead. Followed by Chad Broski, Gus Fring, Wine Silly Man, and Chris, who would be currently holding on to the championship lead. Maybe. Actually, it may be a tie. So Chris does not look like we'll get a penalty after making contact with the 07 because it was kind of a racing incident. Now Spring Roll, I think, has currently all the bonus points as he went a little bit off track, exiting turn 1. And the 17 of Mahavira Gunaphan has gone off track. What happened here? Oh, just completely missed the chicane. And was slowing down. So to not get black flagged for cutting the turn. Down the straightaway, Chad Broski has the 83 and the 46 right behind him. Wine Silly Man trying to get his spot back, but the outside just seems to be a little bit stronger, but Wine Silly Man still fighting back. Gonna be on the inside now. If the 83 tries to do the crossover, but it is too late. Wine Silly Man up into third place. As we see the 10 of Rogero Espinhel in the back, just goes to the inside of the 0 of Chris, just completely wasn't expecting it. And now Chris out of the top 5. Spring Roll currently a championship leader. As it appears all the timing has just completely broken. Very cool, wow. And now I can no longer change drivers. Whoa, that was kind of funky. The cars a little bit everywhere here are the current standings. Just because the whole timing thing broke. So now the 84 of Chad Broski right at the back of the 2 of Spring Roll. And it's looking like this could be a pretty good battle. Chad Broski looking for his second win this season. Spring Roll looking for his third. And then we see the 46 and the 8. Whoa, a lockup from the 83 of Chad Broski. So Spring Roll got a little bit ahead after that lockup from the 84. And now the 46 of Wine Silly Man is right on the back of him, but he's got a whole train of cars right behind him. As we see, the 83 kind of dipped his wheels off into the grass. The 84 having to defend from the 46. Chad Broski still holding on, while the 83 of Gus Furring has the 10 of Rogero Espinel right behind it. You see the 60 now up here, looking for a good result there. You see Chad Broski still getting hunted down by the 46 of Wine Silly Man. Whoa, contact, and the 10 of Espinel goes wide And we have a crash. We have a car around that is the 83 and the 10 have both gone around. Let's look back to see what happened. So, we already saw the 10 just went wide and then hopped the curb, and big impact there. The 10 and the 83 both go around. They both have got back going, but are now way down. And the 10 has stopped, or about nearly stopped. And the 17 goes way wide, you saw in the back. So the 10 of Espenhel, really good day. And that has just gone really bad. Dang. So just not too great of a day anymore for the 10, but now we have to look back up front. The 46 of Wine Silly Man did actually get past. The 84, we have to go back for this. As having some screen difficulties, it seemed like he had gotten by in turn 1 actually. So he'd gotten by a while ago. Or no, he actually got by during the chicane. I just wasn't paying attention. Sorry. But the 84 of Chad Broski not done yet. Wants to get back into second. So now we look forward. And Wine Silly Man trying to hold off the 84. Chad Broski lets off the brakes way earlier this time after seeing what had happened last time in that chicane. But now here we go into turn 1. Chad Broski not attacking that much. So still a lot of time left in this race. Even if it's felt like it's been a while. The V84 of Chad Broski still just trying to get the 46. Last time around, they were 2 seconds off the leader. Spring roll, you can still see him up ahead, so he hasn't completely vanished from the race. Saul Goodman all over the back of the 84. They keep battling for that position. By the way, Espenhel has gone back to the garage, gonna try to fix the car up. May try and go back out. So now Chad Broski's gonna have to try to defend to keep his podium. As here comes the 60. Looking around, the outside wasn't able to get it done. The 84 takes that curb very deeply. Lap 9. If I was a betting man, I'd say pits would be next lap. As now here we go down the Kemmel Straight. The 60's just got so much of a run, and he's going to be on the outside, which is the preferred lane. Saul Goodman already up into third. And now Chad Broski's going to need to hold off the 18. It's right around for a couple of turns. The 84 not gonna let the 60 leave, as Chad Broski's still trying to hold on, hoping to get a podium here at Spa. But right now he's also gonna have to try to hold on to get just 4th place, because he has the 18 of Diogo Sebastião right behind him. Right behind him, the 87 of OxyClean, having a really good day actually. Here we go, down into the chicane. No passing attempts there. We haven't really seen a lot of passing attempts since the double spins. And there goes the 18, big lockups. Then you see just up ahead, Saul Goodman looking to pass the 46. Spring roll 5 seconds up the road. Then we look back, OxyClean overtakes Diogo Sebastião going into Eau Rouge. A bold move for the 87. But now we look ahead. Wine Silly Man trying to hold on to second. But here comes Chad Broski trying to send it up the inside. And gets his position back, moves back up into 3rd place. Saul Goodman falls back to 4th once again. We haven't really seen the inside work, but it worked just then. The lap 10, we're going to be thinking about pit stops soon. When will the 2 come in? And when will everyone else come in? Will anyone try to go longer? Now it is a 4-mile track, so going longer is a lot more risky at this track than it is at like a Lime Rock, which we were at last week, where we did see some cars go maybe a lap or 2 longer. Up ahead, here's Spring Roll, and he is not coming in. Chad Broski tried to look for a pass, just wasn't there. So about 6.5 seconds is the lead for Spring Roll right now. Currently all is well for him. Chad Broski, however, just still trying to hold on to third place. He just got it back, but now he has to hold on once again. The chicane has definitely been the best passing opportunity. We also see the 18 of Diogo Sebastio trying to pass the 87 of OxyClean. Here's the 84 of the Chad Broski. But the 60 of Saul Goodman uses the inside, then the outside to move back into third place. Saul Goodman back into the podium places. The 18 of Diogo Sebastio also got by OxyClean to move back into the top 5. You can just see the two up the road, but it is still a very commanding lead. Lap 11 of 15. So 5 to go at this point. We'll be coming to 4 to go next time by 2 of Spring Roll. Just been having a great drive. Currently his best lap in the race would be the last one at 2:26.8. And he is not going to pit this time. Neither are any of the cars behind him. So, I guess they're all trying to go a little bit longer. Wine Silly Man's best lap was the last one. Now, Spring Roll hadn't crossed, but he's been doing pretty great the last couple laps. Saul Goodman as well. Chad Broski, just same thing. They get to about Diogo Sebastio where it wasn't as recent. So 4 laps to go here at Spa. Here you see the 60 just trying to go around the outside. It's not going to work this time. He has to back out of it. The Wine Silly Man holds off Saul Goodman once again, but he's still hard charging. But now he's got the 84 of Chad Broski behind him to deal with. And it seems the 9 of Tetsu Tetsu has had an issue at some point during this race. What has happened here? This was a couple laps ago. We just didn't notice it until now. Oh! Oh, ran into the 15 and absolutely launched over. This was all the way back on lap 10. This was 2 laps ago. And just because the ticker and the timing hasn't been working, we hadn't noticed it. So Tetsu Tetsu currently down 25th. That's one of your championship contenders. It's actually pretty big. And now everyone is coming in. The 2 of Spring Roll, they're all in. And he's going to go to the end of the pit road. Currently, no one has opted to stay out. Probably because they stretched it as long as they can. 3 laps to go. Spring Roll remains in the lead. Wine Silly Man just behind. And Chad Broski gets out ahead of Saul Goodman to move back into the podium again. This third place battle has been ongoing throughout this whole race. So before the pit stop, it was about a 6.7-second gap between the 2 and the 46. We'll see it at the end of this lap how much it changes, or if it changed at all. Saul Goodman looking for a pass. Not going to be done this lap. He's got to wait till at least the chicane, really, to have a chance at another pass. But he's trying to look to go around the outside here. And he may actually do it. Oh, that got really close with the 84's front wing. That could have gone pretty bad. But luckily, Chad Broski just barely got missed. So currently they're on this part of the track right here. Now they're heading over here. You can really see the gaps. And then Spring Roll just so far up the road. He's heading towards the chicane. Currently, if we go on board with Wine Silly Man, you can just barely see Spring Roll up the road, so it doesn't look like the gap had changed during the pit stops too significantly. And the 87 of OxyClean, I think, got by the 18. Yeah, just outbraked them into the chicane. Whew, got very close there. A pretty ballsy move to pass, as it seems like Spring Roll had gained more of an advantage during the pit stops. So 2 laps to go. We look back here. You see some action just just barely in frame, actually. OxyClean still holds off the 18. Then we see championship leader Chris all the way back here in 7th, while championship rival is out here winning and now may lose a spot to the 69 of Favre, but Favre just moves back in line. So a lot of cars spread out. So now we come towards the white flag. Spring Roll has just been way faster than the 46. Wine Silly Man has been having a pretty great day. The top 2 did not change during this race. Not a lot of passes went on for the top 2 spots. Saul Goodman had to work a little bit harder in this one. And as of now, it looks like a third place finish. Then you see back, look at that train of cars behind the 42. Pretty wild. The spring roll last lap was up by 8 seconds. Has just absolutely dominated this race. I think I saw Chad Broski in between some trees. He's 4th place. He was just coming up Eau Rouge. Or actually just coming down from turn 1. So, spring roll. Through the chicane one last time. Or at least this chicane. He still has the main chicane to deal with. It's just been a flawless race for the two. Never made any mistake. It was a little close on those first couple laps if he would lose the lead or not, but he held strong. And just slowly pulled away from the rest of the field throughout the whole race. Big lock up there. So still 2 chicanes left to go through. Spa has a lot of chicanes. This is the second to last one. And then the fast flowy part and just needs to survive the chicane one last time. So a very solid race from the 2 team. Just pulled it together. I think he led every single lap, actually. I don't know if he got the fastest lap, but chances are I think he did that too. So through the chicane, flawless day for spring roll, as he will be your winner of the Belgian Grand Prix. That'll definitely help him get back into the championship lead. Wine Silly Man will come around to second, and then a pretty solid day for Saul Goodman. He will get 3rd place. And then we look back, all the way back here to find Chris, who will finish 9th today, and will fall back into 2nd in the championship battle, and then Beijing Beef finishes right behind in 10th, and will probably move into 3rd place in the championship once again. I think about everyone is finished. Look back, where's the 17? Oh, where is he? Oh, he's at, like, near the end of the track. So once again, congratulations to Spring Roll, just pulled it all together. He's going to be back into the championship lead as we have 6 races left to go before this championship is over. And yet it's felt like it just started. So now let's take a look at your results. Go scenic view. So you see Spring Roll up by 8 seconds over Wine Silly Man. Just a strong day. Saul Goodman moved up 6 spots during the race. Finishes 3rd. Chad Broski just missed out on a podium. OxyClean gets a top 5. Diogo Sebastio just misses out on a top 5. Then Missing Sock tried to rebound. Finished 7th. Karishima will be 8th. Chris 9th. That was your championship leader. Beijing Beef will most definitely move up into 3rd in the championship. Eliza Doe will finish 11th. The Father inside the top 10 for most of the day until about the last lap. Sussus Lamogus finishes 13th. David Bialois 14th. John Panini 15th. Max Cold 16th. Spencer Alfredo 17th. Phil Slow 18th after falling out of it with contact with Chris. And then we go back a little bit farther, 19th Jacques Croissant, 20th Gus Fring, a rough end to what could have been a pretty good day. May Borowski will finish 21st. The Sun 22nd, Mahavir Raghunathan 23rd, about a minute off the car in front. And then Espen Hill also had a good day, but it ended up backwards, and then Tetsu Tetsu will probably fall down to 4th in the championship after this race. So that is it here from Spa. Uh, I'm sorry that the thing just broke midway in. I don't even think midway, like just before halfway. That really sucked. But congratulations to Spring Roll. We're gonna go back to the Oval next week, and that will be at Chicagoland. There's always been some great chaos there, and I will see you then. Goodbye.